taught that the Great Flood was a response to human wickedness. But ancient texts, from the Bible to the forbidden Book of Enoch, suggest a much more terrifying reality. The world wasn't just sinful, it was being biologically They were called the Nephilim, the fallen ones, the hybrid offspring of celestial beings and human women. They were giants of immense power and insatiable hunger, and according to tradition, they were consuming the very essence of creation. Today, we perform a forensic audit on the pre-flood world. We investigate the evidence of a lost race of giants and the systematic effort to erase their bones from the halls of science. Welcome to the ancient verdict. Genesis 6:4 says, "There were giants in the earth in those days." But the original Hebrew uses the word These weren't just tall men. They were a new species. The Book of Enoch explains that 200 watchers descended to earth, not to guide humanity, but to mate with them. This wasn't a romance. It was a genetic invasion. The result was a race of hybrids that lacked a human soul but possessed celestial intelligence. The flood, in this context, was unanimous murdiat, was a divine surgery to stop the spread of a corrupted DNA that threatened to make the birth of a pure human savior impossible. For centuries, the Book of Enoch was part of the spiritual canon. It was quoted by the apostles. Then, suddenly, it was suppressed. Why? Because it goes into too much detail about the Watchers and their technology. It describes how they taught humans metallurgy, sorcery, and even how to alter the signs of heaven. If the Nephilim were real, the Bible is undes the Book of Moral Sides, a record of a war for the survival of the human race. The church could allow a version of history where angels could be villains and gods could be biological engineers. This isn't just mythology. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, hundreds of newspapers across the United States reported the discovery of giant skeletons, some with double rows of teeth and 6 fingers. These reports came from reputable sources, including the Smithsonian's own Early Ethnology Bureau. But where are these bones today? Critics and whistleblowers claim that thousands of these remains were systematically destroyed or lost in the depths of museum basements. If the existence of giants was proven, the entire theory of Darwinian evolution would collapse in a single day. Science has a vested interest in keeping the giants buried. Were they Nephilim the reason for the end of the world? Or just a myth to explain ancient ruins we can't understand? If their DNA survived the flood, as some texts suggest, they might still be among us, hidden in the shadows of power. What is your verdict? Are the giants a forgotten chapter of our history, or the ultimate religious conspiracy? Leave your comment below. This is a battle for our origins. Subscribe to the Ancient Verdict for the truth they hide in the vaults.